Yo, what's up? It's your boy Dio Mo Damuto. We're back with another video. Today we're watching a video by BLTV Classic. This Tyson world record will never be forgotten. So, what's this world record? You know what I'm saying? Is the fastest knockout or something? Because, you know, he got some quick ones, you know what I'm saying? So, let's get into it, man. Let's see.
Welcome back to the Big Fight Recap here on BLTV Classic. If you've been following the series so far, you'll know that we've been moving through Tyson's career chronologically, from his debut fight to the journeyman on to the contenders, where today we progress to the point of no return, World Championship Boxing.
Okay. I get goosebumps on the line, the WBC Heavyweight Championship of the world.
At 20 years of age, Tyson was the youngest challenger for the heavyweight title in the history of the sport. Still, overcoming a big, strong, rough and ready Trevor Berbick, who was in his prime, experienced at world level, and 12 years Tyson Sr., on paper, was unquestionably the most demanding challenge Iron Mike had faced so far. Let's take a look.
Let's see. Day of reckoning. What that mean?
An 18-year-old Mike Tyson turned pro in March 1985. 10 months and 11 fights later, his trainer and mentor Cus D'Amato passed away. 3 months after that, the then 19-year-old Dynamo started taking on respectable gatekeepers in the heavyweight division.
Knock his ass out.
The thing that separated Tyson's hype from the average promising prospect was how he dealt with escalated talent.
Look at here, just laughing at him. As bad as I've ever seen Donnie Long look.
So I wanted to hit him in the nose one more time for that bone could have went up in his brain.
23-pound weight advantage.
Again. Who's the last guy to stop?
It's an important learning experience for Mike Tyson. He's going to have to be able to handle.
Run-of-the-mill journeymen like Mike Jamison, for example, put up a better fight than proven contenders such as Jesse Ferguson, just as Larry Sims posed a more attacking threat than the likes of Mitch Blood Green.
I'll fight any man alive, and I feel I could beat anyone in the world.
Every size, shape, and stature was dealt with in the same dominant fashion. In other words, Tyson's skill set transcended the competition.
Pro fighter, I'm the master of the pinpoint. My shots are so accurate and so precise.
Much was the same once Tyson took on the top contenders, as Jose Ribalta took a life-altering beating for 10 rounds, right after Marvis Frazier was turned into 200 pounds of pancake batter inside 30 seconds.
In the fight, I felt the deep in my heart I was going to stop him in the first round.
It usually takes a fighter, especially a young fighter, a few years of experience before they reach their peak. But in Mike's case, he appeared to be the finished article before he ever stepped foot in the squared circle.
That's
I'm gonna do this.
Crazy.
As soon as I get in the ring, it's a whole different story. I'm the killer then.
The fact that a nigga was in his prime when he first started, like this nigga was LeBron. This nigga was LeBron of boxing. This nigga was the LeBron of boxing. This nigga was the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar of boxing. Like, he just come in first year. I'm gonna say LeBron, cause 18, he was like what, 19, 18. Well, so like
by August of '86, just 18 months into his fighting career, Tyson was the flag bearer for the most prized weight category in the sport. He had money, fame, and endorsements coming out of his rear end. But without a championship belt around his waist, his true legacy as a boxing great hadn't even answered the bell for the first round.
But HBO has announced just a couple of hours ago that we will air a series of heavyweight championship fights that will lead to the unification of the heavyweight championship, basically for the first time since Muhammad Ali.
It was at this point, Don King Promotions and HBO teamed up to eliminate the Deadwood from the rankings, launching the now fan favorite Unification Series, which saw all the major title holders and top contenders from each governing body battle it out in a knockout-style tournament that would see one fighter crowned as the undisputed champ within a short time span of only 18 months.
And of course he did.
The Jamaican brawler Trevor Berbick kicked off the tournament in March 1986 with a well-executed win over Pinklin Thomas to win the WBC title. 3 weeks later, Larry Holmes duked it out with Michael Spinks for the second time, where once again, the former light heavyweight champion was fortunate to gain the judges' favor with a split decision victory to retain his IBF title. Terrible Tim Witherspoon was the first fighter to bag a knockout in the tournament, beating Frank Bruno into submission after 11 rounds of back-and-forth action. After the champions were established, it was time for the qualifying contenders to get their shot. Stephen Tankstead, Bone Crusher Smith, Tony Tucker, Buster Douglas, and Iron Mike Tyson were the fighters that entered the fray. Tankstead was the weakest link, and that was shown in the opening fight of the quarterfinals, as his spirited effort was overcome by the class of Michael Spinks inside the opening 4 rounds. Next up was the big one, as the newly crowned WBC champion, Trevor Berbick, put his title on the line against the youngest and most anticipated entrant to the series, Iron Mike Tyson.
Well, Mike Tyson is with us now live from Los Angeles. Mike Tyson has every reason to be confident. Mike, is there any way in your mind that you can see you losing this fight?
No way. Perhaps if I chop off both of my arms.
He's really going after the knockout now. Big left hook, big right hand by Berbick. Berbick really working for the knockout here.
Trevor Berbick's road to the title was the opposite of Tyson's. He was a low-skilled brawler, an aggressive inside fighter that had to overcome the odds on numerous occasions before the wider boxing community took him seriously. Larry Holmes seemingly plucked Berbick out of nowhere during one of his routine bum-of-the-month title defenses, yet the Jamaican showed himself to be durable and capable of fighting at top level, pushing the Easton Assassin the full 15-round limit.
I have so many people to beat, not just Berbick.
Berbick participated in the drama in the Bahamas soon after the Holmes defeat, where this time he overcame the legendary Muhammad Ali in the Louisville Lips final career bout. The entire event left a sour taste in the mouth of sports fans around the globe. Ali was at his most vulnerable, in need of money but physically incapable of competing at high level due to his crippling Parkinson-like condition. Berbick threw the kitchen sink at the all-time great, particularly in the closing rounds, which didn't exactly help build a positive image for the rising contender, instead leaving a large group of fans eagerly anticipating his comeuppance. Berbick went on to beat the popular rising Ali clone, Greg Page, in the
It's sad that Muhammad had to fight at the old age just to get them for some money, man. That shit crazy. He shouldn't even have to. If he can get his license suspended, he probably had way more money in his bank, but sad, it's very sad.
coming months, proving once more that his endurance and aggression could negate the skill gap between himself and the array of uber-talented contenders at the time. David Bay, Mitch Blood Green, and Pinklin Thomas were the other notable fighters Berbick beat on his way to securing the WBC title. By this time, his reputation was that of a fearsome, muscle-bound aggressor with the ability to drag superior boxers into dogfights that suited his style.
I used my horn. You see what mine did? Mine bust him up, didn't it? Oh, I got some power on my left.
Tyson looked set to be his most formidable challenge, yet the same emphasis was felt on Iron Mike's side, with even more elevated pressure due to Berbick being far and beyond his toughest test on paper in the professional ring.
This will be the WBC Heavyweight Championship of the World.
On November 22nd, 1986, Tyson became the youngest ever challenger for the heavyweight title at just 20 years of age. The reigning champion, Trevor Berbick, entered the ring in the best condition the boxing world has ever seen. Once Mills Lane delivered the fight instructions, the two were ready for battle.
He's nervous. He don't want to fight that nigga.
His whole life has been for this night.
He don't want to fight that nigga.
Wants to prove that he's one of the great champions. Let's see how long his reign lasts. Mike Tyson kind of feeling him out here, but he goes with that right-hand lead right away. Standing toe-to-toe is not the way. If he doesn't pump that jab in the face, Tyson will come right through him.
Ripping the mic.
Tyson with the left, bounces it off the forehead of Trevor. Trevor tries to work underneath. Tyson will have no part of it. Notice the movement of the head of Mike Tyson as he takes a light left jab. Tyson will be able to get underneath it. Oh, wow! With a right, another left hook that just raises. Trevor, with this bravado, could get in some big trouble in a hurry. Berbick is standing directly in front of him. That is, a left hook that really caught him. But this is a poor fight plan. The right hand gets him behind the left ear. Berbick tries to push him off, not the way to keep him up. Notice the lazy left. Watch Tyson load up with left and right.
Ripping the mic. Ripping the mic.
Tyson clips him with a light left that time. As soon as, a light right hand, but the left hook right there. Notice Tyson throws him in 2s and 3s. Trevor is getting lazy with the left hand. Clips him with the left hand. Look at that combination. And Berbick ready to go, but he stays on his feet. Another right hand clips him. He can't take
knock his ass out, Mike.
Very long. Wow, with the right hand is Mike. Again he's gone. Catches him with a hook. Trevor's ready to go again. Tyson knows that he can score at will now. Berbick doing nothing like he did against Pinklin Thomas. Fighting in the wrong position.
Tyson started perfectly, beating Berbick in his own game on the inside, timing his power punches, asserting his dominance in what was always going to be an explosive, phone booth-style fight. Berbick ended the first with a smirky taunt to suggest he wasn't hurt, but Tyson trainer Kevin Rooney knew it was a facade, as he instructed his man to go and finish the job as quickly as possible.
This is round 2, the WBC Heavyweight Championship of the World. Trevor Berbick and Mike Tyson. Tyson goes to work right away, and he gets Trevor in trouble, and he's down!
A beautiful overhand right set Berbick up for the first knockdown of the fight inside 10 seconds. The Jamaican made it back to his feet, but the shot to his equilibrium left him off balance and powerless to Tyson's ruthless attacks.
Here comes Tyson again. He knows he can hurt him anytime. Left hook, right hand, holding off Mike with the left. And you see instead he goes to body downstairs, catches him with the right hand. Look at these shots. Bangs the body. Wow, that uppercut is Tyson. Catches him with the right left hook, and he goes down. He goes down. He should be able to get up from this. His legs may be shut. They are.
He done.
As Trevor Berbick falls
done.
back in the rope. I don't know if he's going to be able to continue.
After numerous flush power punches, it was a simple grazing blow that sent Berbick down and eventually out for the count as he stumbled across the ring, trying to desperately regain his composure. Tyson had done it. He broke a 30-
I don't know why he trying to get up, bro. I would say, nah, ain't nobody catching me on video looking like that, boy.
year-old record set by another custom auto-trained fighter in Floyd Patterson by becoming the youngest heavyweight champion in history, a record that is still set in stone to this day.
Well, it's the moment I waited for all my life since I started the game of boxing, because my trainer, Kevin Rooney, and I want to get in here. We sacrificed so much and we put in so much, and I just knew we couldn't fail. I refused to get hurt, I refused to get knocked down, I refused to lose. There's no way in the world I was going to go out this ring walking. I had to be carried out. I had to be dead. There's no way I was going to leave this ring alive. I was coming to destroy and win the heavyweight championship of the world, which I'd done. And I'd like to dedicate my fight to my great guardian, Customato. And I'm sure he's up there and he's looking and he's talking to all the great fighters and saying his boy did it.
He's smiling, that's right.
It was reported that Tyson was so overjoyed by his achievements that he just posed in front of a mirror with his new belt for hours after the fight. Customato predicted his man would be the youngest heavyweight champ, and there he was, moments after his supposed toughest test, without a mark on his face and a belt around his waist. He did his old master proud.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Trevor Berbick is a mysterious, eccentric character.
After the Tyson fight, Berbick maintained a steady career as a gatekeeper in the heavyweight division. He never worked his way back to title contention, but that was likely due to his private life taking a dark U-turn after losing his title.
And I don't know what went down, but my experience with Mr. Trevor Berbick and the people, he was kind of like a bully, tough guy, so you gotta be careful. You're a fighter and you're a tough guy. The odds of you living long is just not good.
During his early career, Berbick was an ordained minister of a popular church in Las Vegas, a self-proclaimed warrior of the cross. He visited prisons and schools preaching honor and discipline in the name of God. He felt his stature as a top heavyweight gave him purpose and incentive to better the lives of those around him. Yet, once his star power faded, he began racking up a long list of convictions ranging from assault with a deadly weapon to sexual misconduct with his family babysitter.
What the fuck?
God don't like ugly. And he was ugly. He beat anybody. He beat his daughter. Let me forget about that guy.
Berbick was in and out of the correctional system while seeing out the remainder of his diminishing boxing career. He was eventually deported back to Jamaica in 2002, where it's unknown whether he cleaned up his act, but the fact he was beaten to death by a few family members just 4 years later suggests he was still involved in criminal activity one way or another.
Beaten to death by
I heard there was some kind of beef over property, I believe.
Berbick passed away in 2006 after succumbing to a vicious assault committed by his nephew Harold, who was armed with a crowbar and fatally attacked his uncle in what has been reported as a dispute over land. His nephew was convicted a year later and sentenced to life without parole in Portland Prison, Jamaica.
That's crazy.
Berbick had committed a lot of wrongs in the world, but you'd have to imagine the consequences of boxing had taken their toll on his ability to function in everyday life.
Wow, I didn't know all that shit. Oh, wow. RP to Berbick. But yeah. Shout out to the world record that Mike Tyson broke, the youngest heavyweight boxer of the world. Never gonna be broken at 20 years old. Crazy, like imagine doing that at 20 years old. No wonder that nigga was fucking wasting all that money. Nigga like that. Nigga was 20. Nigga was 20 years old with millions of dollars in this, ready to get spent, and women throwing themselves on that nigga. You can't even blame Mike for that shit. But anyway, this is a great video by BLTV Classic. If you like my reaction, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.